Hey guys, it's the Endboss here, your local solo cleric goblino boss. Currently ranked number 2 on the overall leaderboards for cleric, and we're going to jump in and show you guys exactly what the build is we've been working with. First thing on here is going to be the spells tab. Lesser heal, of course, for yourself. Bless, which is what you're going to be using before every single engagement, or even if you smell the fixins of a rogue in the local area, a torch being dimmed, anything at all. Make sure the first thing you do is buff yourself with Bless, and then you're going to put yourself on the protection spell, and then afterwards you're going to use Divine Strikes. And the reason for that 3-man setup is Bless increases your will, which increases the duration of your buffs, which means that your protection and Divine Strikes are going to last a little bit longer. The reason protection goes on after is because it's probably not going to last the entire fight. If you get any sort of chip damage from a physical damage dealing target, it's going to pull it right off. That's why we put Divine Strikes on last, because it does take a little bit longer to cast and also gives you that extra weapon damage, but that is going to last for the full 20 seconds. And like I said, your buff duration is increased by your will, so we're at about 17% now. With the extra 3 will, we're roughly 20% longer on the buff durations, which is part of why the will bonus from Bless is very strong. As well as that will grant you additional damage dealt to your Holy Strike, which usually is about 25 to 30 damage with your total willpower in it. That's really great for any sort of a ranged engagement, playing against a ranger or a wizard. Now, you're not going to win an outright range battle in a hallway with this sort of spell, but you can force them to jiggle peek you into the danger zone, holding a door or otherwise a corner. Don't ever get caught by a ranger sitting at the end of a hallway. There's just no real approach for you. Use your shield, block, and get the fuck out. Going through your perks and skills, of course, you're going to have Perseverance to reduce the incoming damage. Everything in the Goblin Cave does a small amount of chip damage for PvE, which is almost completely negated. You'll find the Dragonflies can only deal 1 damage to you per hit. You've got your duration of harmful effects completely reduced by half. Now, this works on pretty much everything in there as well. Every dot, every debuff. It even works on Hunter traps. Did you guys know that? You get stuck in a ranger trap, it's going to last half as long. This will save your life. Don't panic when you get stuck. Just put up that shield, block the triple shot, and wait out the duration. You start going for a heal and you try and trade with them with that, you're going to die. The Blunt Weapon Mastery increases your physical attack power, which basically means that roughly 1 attack power, your physical attack power, 1 is equal to 0.5 of a damage point. So 2 physical attack power is 1 point of damage, roughly. With this, it'll mean that it's a little bit more. So instead of a 0.5, it'll be 0.6 damage per attack point power, which is very valuable when you're going to be doing nothing but meleeing for 90% of the dungeon, bonking your way through. Then you've got your advanced healer to increase the amount of all of your base magical heals, which is basically like giving yourself an additional lesser heal charge, because you're getting +5 onto that total. Forecasts means 20 health. You get it. It's very nice to have. An alternative to Divine Strike would be for you to be running Sanctuary to get a little bit more extra healing, because this build does play around the storm. In order to deal with the rogue threat and invasion that we have, you are going to be riding the edges of the storm. Make sure that you allow the storm to completely swamp a room to check for rogues. If you're that worried about it, you think there's a rogue, let the storm be your guide. It's the safest thing you have in there. It's your greatest ally. If you have any questions about this build, always feel free to drop by twitch.tv/theendboss. Ask me away. I'm probably streaming and I'm happy to answer. So if you guys have any more questions, we'll be going through a fully detailed guide in the next couple of days. Thank you all again for hanging out, and good luck.